Okay, ladies and gents, here we go. I've just realised this hasn't blooming worked, so I'm just going to go through this again. So it's round 2 now of our scooter buying experience review guide / whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever works for you. I've sent emails off. The one dealer I didn't include in the last video was I also sent an inquiry to Alan Duffus Yamaha in Kirkcaldy. Didn't include them because they're quite far away and I genuinely didn't expect much from them. But we'll get to that in a wee minute, okay? So what I'm looking at here is I'm going to go through who sent me what, how quickly. Now, 2 Wheels actually replied to me really quite quickly. They were bad a reply in my inbox within 45 minutes. Wasn't the best news. Basically, they can order me one, but it'll be a couple of months. That's fair enough, you know, that's kind of what you're expecting to deal with at this point in time. A little inquiry with a guy, had a wee bit of back and forth, couple of emails each way, again replied really promptly, cannot praise them enough. But unfortunately, you know, it's a time delay issue, and that's cool. That's the way the world is at the moment. There's nothing we can really do with that one just now. That is just life at the moment. So what's happened is I've gone and pause. Right, resume. So, like I say, I've got Victor Devine up on the screen at the moment as well. They actually called me back the next day. I wasn't expecting a call back on a Saturday, but, you know, they did. They phoned me back the next day. 2 Wheels were awesome to deal with that way, communication-wise. I have been through there before. I've bought some parts and some accessories and stuff from them in the past. Haven't ever bought a bike from them, though. So, we'll, you know, bit of an unknown quantity that way. I've heard good things and bad things. Although probably more good than bad. The guys always seemed perfectly cool when I was through anyway, you know, it was never an issue. So the next bit that we're on to is I was looking at MCS Scotland. Now MCS sent me, got back to me, and I actually just phoned them as well, because it was on my, trying to read the email on my phone, it was a pain in the bum, it wasn't working. So that's not their fault, that's just my pathetic contract with O2. So I phoned them back and they were more than happy to oblige. Didn't have any stock at the moment and essentially were unable to make any promises about getting me one this year for an nmax 125, which is slightly unfortunate. Essentially I was told that they are taking what they get. They aren't even able to order. So if one comes in, they'll have a list and they'll work through it, but they can't promise delivery times for anything. So that's obviously less than ideal. It's not something that we're looking for there. So that kind of rules them out, unfortunately, because a mate of mine just bought an MT10 from them, and through that I know that they've been really good to deal with. So hey-oh, is what it is. Nothing much I can do about it, apart from you know, put my name in the list if I'm willing to wait, but ideally I wanted one before the summer was out so I could have a play with it. Next one up then, this wasn't included in the first video, this was Alan Duffus. Now they're in Kirkcaldy, they're actually quite far away from me, it's about 60 odd miles, and that's why I didn't include them in the first one. It was a bit of a kind of afterthought. I put an inquiry in the Saturday morning, and within like an hour I had a call back from Alan Duffus himself, who very, very sound just went through and ran me through my options, said they can order me one, but they actually had 2 in stock at this point in time. So if I wanted, I could go through and I could pick one up in the next week, which was mega. Wasn't expecting that. Now the problem with it is the distance involved from me. It's only a 125. It's not really a motorway machine, and my worry is if anything goes wrong or if I'm taking it back for servicing or whatever. Now the guy did say to me that if because I mentioned I'm quite happy doing my own work, and he said as long as I buy the Yamaha branded stuff and the correct, you know, filters and all that stuff from them, then they would honour the warranty, and I thought that was pretty cool. They can come and get it in a bike, in a van, but obviously there'd be a cost, so I'm having a think about that. I think what's ultimately going to happen though is I spoke to Victor Devine yesterday, and I think I'm ultimately going to go through these guys because I've heard good things and bad. I'd like to think most of the bad's historical, but you know, you never know. You never know what you date yourself. So this has kind of made the decision for me that it's going to be a pcx125. Victor Devine got back in touch with me the next day. I mean, again, I wasn't expecting a contact back on Saturday, but spoke to the fella on the phone. He phoned me back rather than email, and he can get me one next month, and it'll be in red if I want it. So unfortunately, with all of these, I'm not able to have a test ride. They do not have any Temo machines anywhere, because they just can't keep up with orders. So I'm going to go into the dealership and I'm going to have a sit on one, and I'm going to kind of get a feel for it for there. So what I'll do is I'll take the GoPro with me and show you some footage round about of when I'm actually physically on the machine. Anybody that's seen the videos before, if you've seen me in them, I'm not a small man. That's why I ideally would have preferred the test, but hey ho. It's going to be getting taken on just the Honda PCP offer. I think at the moment, I think it's 59 quid a month, because I'm going to be getting rid of my car, and that costs me about 50 quid a month just in insurance and tax, if nothing else. So I'm going to do that, and I might do the higher purchase. I'll need to look at the numbers and see what they say. I don't want to overcommit. I don't think anybody does at this point in time, with the way that prices have been going with everything lately. What I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for them to look after me a little bit with a service plan. Quite happy to take a service plan and just add it to the deal, or pay £10 a month or whatever for it, because it's close enough to get to. It's only about 14-15 mile for me to nip in and out of there. And I'm probably going to be looking for them to maybe fit a top case rack for me. I have a good GV box, so I'll be wanting the GV one to fit it, and I'll have a look at the Honda stuff and see, but I'm probably going to go for this screen from GV for comfort, because it's a nice big tall screen that's got the little bits popping out the side for the to kind of keep the worst of things off your hands, and probably just go for the kit that lets me have just a, is it monolock or monokey? I keep forgetting mixed up with GV, but I've got a really good GV top box there that I'm just going to use with it. I'll get that fitted if possible. If they can't work with me on anything like that, I'm going to see if I can get a deal done on a new Krieger backpack, because I need a new backpack anyway. Or maybe even an open-faced helmet for the nice days for the scooter, because my flip-up can be a bit annoying in that way. It doesn't really fit under the seat either. So that's that. We'll see how they go. I'll take these along with me, and I'll leave you looking at this for a wee bit. This is what I'm going to go for, is probably the one in red. It'd either be the red or it would be the grey. I don't fancy the black and I don't fancy the white, to be honest. I don't think they look very nice. Who wants to be visible, eh? Right, next time guys, see you later. Bye.